shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent John. A supermarket for you and me.
Now let's be real. We're not all police officers, but we all want to safeguard our finances. And that's why the Police Cooperative Credit Union is open to everybody. That's right, we cater for anybody. At a brand new location too. Step up to the Police Cooperative Credit Union headquarters on Bay Street between Diamond Girl and Lanes number 2. And we provide a range of top-class financial services, including fixed deposits, quick cash, savings, and loans, and a survivor's benefit grant of $5,000. We're open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday, and up to 11:30 on Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or call Police Cooperative Credit Union at 485-6840. And remember, even if you're not a police officer, we're cool with that.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue, Fortis, Lilies, Midushi, manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM, and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets, legitimate sheet and core sizes, virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight, professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Fortis, Lilies, Mitushi, excellent Vincentian products.
Instacash now offering you more chances to win with 2 new games. There's Strike for $2 and In Between available at $3. These 2 new games are loaded with cash prizes. With Strike, you can match up to 10 numbers and win $2,500. In Between, so easy to play, offering up to $6,000. Get your Instacash Strike and In Between tickets at Lotto agents. And remember, with Instacash, there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win instantly.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
All right.
Passion for sport, and Sports Highlights is a place to be. Share the passion every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay. I think Nikki and myself had a little mix up there. I normally play the promos twice before I come on, but I think I try to do a little different today. And let's say good evening to all the listeners out there. You're listening to Nice Radio Sports Highlights that normally comes to you every Wednesday and Sunday, 7 to 9. And unless there's another day, today is supposed to be Wednesday. If Nikki say it's Thursday, then we
it's still Wednesday.
Oh, it's still Wednesday. All right. You never know what time zone I'm in, right?
Everything confusing these days. Is it election
so
confusing, this confusing, that confusing?
Yeah.
What is it like up there, doggy, the spirit of the people and so forth?
I'm not even studying that. The people have spoken, so, you have to leave that alone for the time being. However, we're gonna start here with some the only thing I could say is that Kamala Harris has conceded that she has lost, and but that political discussion is for another forum. All right. So we start with, I have to get hold of Mr. Wade Jackson to confirm that we are actually on for this Sunday for the LAU football, because he didn't get back to me. He said more than likely it would have been, that's a week ago. So more than likely is not a definitive date, but we would hear what is happening, because you never know. Maybe they're waiting on the lights, Nikki. The lights that I've been asking Mr. Booster to provide for the finals. I said, the ULP, of which he is a member of, they have many of the lighting towers. I think they have about either 4 or 6. So they could put, if they have 6, they could put one in each corner and one in the center of the field, because on either side. So you have 6, and they would have good lighting for finals in the night, and create a thing in Layu. But I guess we don't know yet. We haven't heard whether or not there will be lights. So
I guess they're still in the negotiation stages.
well, all you have to do is say, "Let there be light, and there shall be light," even if it's daylight. So more than likely, it would be done in the
It
daylight.
could be daylight.
So yeah, so we have one big light instead of 6.
Right.
Right. Okay. So that's the William Sturdy Hazelwood inter-village football competition. That's they're waiting on the finals to be played. Should have been done last Sunday, but there was some other activities around, and now it's pushed back, and it probably would be this week, this Sunday here. If it is thus, then we will bring the dawn. And so that's with regards to Leo. We also have the CONCACAF Nation Cup third place and final round, and will be being played 26th of November to the 3rd of December. And the reason why I give you that is because Clemery Bot Francois, he is an assessor. He is a games assessor. But this time he would not be traveling, according to a notice I see here. He would be a virtual assessor via, everybody cutting costs, and he would be a virtual assessor. All right, a virtual assessor. So that's a piece of information there. So that's the final round of the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup third place and final round, as that competition is scheduled from November 26th to the 23rd. I am not certain where that is being played. I don't have that information. I will certainly get that. I hope Bert could tell us where those games are taking place. So, the other thing that is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the OECS, the 32nd OECS Swimming Championship, is to be held at Shrewsbury Aquatic Center from November 8th to the 10th, and this weekend that is taking place. The schedules are out, all the different groupings, the different styles of racing, whether it's breaststroke, backstroke, footstroke. I don't know what other stroke they're gonna give, but there's gonna be swimming, and that's the OECS Championship. So we look forward to hearing that, and there's also the continuation of the Top Belay Progressive Organization, their softball cricket competition that is played on weekends only, Saturday and Sunday. 2 games on a Saturday, and then they have 3 games on a Sunday. So that is taking place. The fixtures for Saturday the 9th, Older Boys versus Sion Hill Talawa. And then that's only 1 game then. I only see 1 game for this Saturday. Sunday still has 3 games, which starts at 10 a.m. And that's East Kingston versus Dr. Thomas Injectors. And at 12:30 p.m., Hilltop versus Combat Warriors. And at 3 p.m., Outer Trouble versus Vinlick Power Stars. That's taking place this weekend. Also taking place this soon. I had it and I thought I had put it together. Is the finals of the community college game. I am looking where I had it. I thought I had put it in its proper perspective, but I seem maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am. However, that is November 15th. That's the National Lottery's unique touch. I know these names stretch me out so long. They're so long. Football Invitational Football Finals. That's on November 15th. And this is not at Sinel playing field now. It moves to Victoria Park on November 15th. After between 7 and 9 games. There's the game at 7 p.m. It finishes at 9, I think. And there's 9:30 to 11:30. And then they have a little after party. And it's $5. They didn't say whether it's Guyanese dollars, Bajan dollars, Jamaican dollars. They didn't say which dollars they're using, but I guess it's EC dollars, since it's National Lottery.
Dougie, I think you're mixed up there.
What?
The third place starts at 5 p.m. Third place playoff.
Oh, I can't see it. I'm looking for it here on the thing.
At 7 p.m.
Oh yes, 5 p.m. is the third place. I couldn't see it. There's someone is in the background there. So now I bring it. Thank you very much,
7
Nikki.
p.m. is the finals and 9 p.m. is the presentation. So from 9:30 to 11:30 is after party.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, the after party is 9:30. So it starts at 5 and the finals is at 7.
Yes.
So 9 p.m. is presentation ceremony. And from 9:30 to 11:30 is after party.
Correct.
And you can have a good, nice time at the Victoria Park. It's always an exciting time for that, okay? So that's the National Lotteries. Congratulations to Mr. Roxell John. He is the director. I can't remember what is our coordinator for that program in the community college. I don't want to give him the wrong title, so we'll get that sorted in terms of what is his name. So the 15th, if you want some exciting football, college football, the community college football finals, the third place and the final game takes place Sunday the 15th. So if we have the LAU finals this Sunday, it means next Sunday we could have the college finals, and we'd see how that would go. Well, there's a notice coming out from the Sports Council from Mr. Nixon McLean, manager. And this letter says it was dated the 6th of November. Unauthorized use of the Wilfred slack nets at the Arnesville Sporting Complex on Sundays. The management of the National Sports Council is kindly asking persons to refrain from conducting any football activities in the Wilfred slack nets area at the Arnesville Sporting Complex. While the council permits football activities on Arnesville 2 playing field, we reserve the right to prohibit activities based on scheduled events and the maintenance work. Individuals and groups who are permitted to use the Annisvale 2 for football and other activities on a Sunday are humble being asked for to refrain from venturing to use the Wilfred Slack nets or any other area of the complex as such is restricted. That's Nixon McLean. For those who don't know what they mean by the Wilfred Slack nets, Wilfred Slack, as you know, was a Vinci cricketer. He passed on, and those nets were put there in his honor. And so that's the practice nets, where I can go and bowl a Nicky batting and bowl some pace bowling after him because he only could bat spin. Yeah, so and that's what we get there. So that's one other thing. There is a masters competition that is taking place in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So let me take that back up. I'm looking forward to some scores from them, but I haven't. Nobody has given me that. That is a regional masters, okay? And because let me get this right for you. I'll give you that as we go here. There's two masters. This is not to be confused with the SVG Masters 2020 cricket competition that is been taking place for some time now. The person who's been dealing with that is Selwyn Allen, and we've been getting that information from him, his results. But that is being played on weekends, not during the week. So every Tuesday we receive the information of the weekend matches, because quite a bit of matches that are being played. And but the other, what I'm speaking of, is the 2024 National Lottery SVG TA Independence Masters T20 Cricket Festival. The Independence Cricket Festival, they are hosting overseas Masters teams from Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, New York, Florida, and Canada, as well as local teams. Games are being played at Sion Hill, Stubbs, Cumberland, and Park Hill playing fields over the next 2 weeks. Divisions of the festival over 40, and the Fet division, as the men who love to party. They playing goat match. So I guess they're having a Fet. There was an opening ceremony at the Prime Minister's residence on the 3rd of November. And they had preliminary matches started on the 4th. I have no results of those. And the preliminary matches finish on the 8th. And the final and closing is the 9th of November. So that's the information that I have from the Sports Council had sent this out to me and to us at Nice Radio. But since they have started the games, no one has sent any scores to us, so we don't have any scores. So I wish someone who might be listening to the sports, if they could give us the results of those games, the preliminary games, because today's the 6th. It started on the 4th, which is 2 days now. And I know they played at Cumberland today. And I hope that someone will give us the information. That's what's happening on the local scene. Well, in the region, The Rangers Riders have confirmed their squad for the 2024 Exxon Mobil Guyana Global Super League, which is called the GSL, which will take place at Guyana National Stadium in Providence from the 26th of November to the 7th of December. So that's the Super League, okay, that is taking place. Rangpur Riders squad will feature experienced Bangladesh international Nurul Hassan, Suma Saka, Afif Hussein, and Mahidi Hassan. They will be joined by overseas players Matthew Ford from the West Indies, Wayne Madison and Zach Chappell from England, and Hamid Singh from the USA. The full squad for the Rangpur Riders squad in the GSL is Nurul Hansan, Suma Saka, Mahidi Hansan, Afif Hussain, Mohammed Sidfuddin, Saif Hassan, Rishad Hussain, Arafat Sonny, Kamrul Islam, Matthew Ford from the West Indies, Hamid Singh from the USA, Wayne Madsen from England, and Zach Chappell from England. The Global Super League is an annual T20 tournament which takes place in Guyana, featuring T20 teams from around the world. The inaugural event will take place at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence. 5 teams will compete for the US $1 million prize funds across 11 matches that takes place from the 26th of November to the 7th of December. The 5 teams from the 2024 tournament will be a Guyana Amazon Warriors, Hampshire Hawks, Lahore Qalandas, and Rangpur Riders, and also Victoria. That's the information on the Super League coming up from the 26th of November to the 7th of December. So all you cricket fans, you have a lot of cricket that you're probably looking at. There's only one Caribbean team that is in that Super League, and that's the Guyana Warriors. So the rest are other international teams. Okay? So I guess we will get probably Alexa or one of them to give us their opinion on this Super League. Well, Guyana has oil now. So Guyana oil is attracting investors into sports. That's a serious thing, I'm telling you, That may sound far-fetched what I just said there, Nikki. But they say when cat have money or dog have money, eat cheese. And with the monies that are floating around Guyana these days because of their oil boom that is hitting Guyana, it means that they have the money to spend to attract and to host. Because certainly I believe that the government of Guyana has something to do with that. Because they would want to facilitate games like these coming to Guyana so that they can attract the sports tourism and expose more and more people to Guyana and what it is right now. A friend of mine who went to Guyana recently, who went to Guyana year after year or every 2 years or so, he visited Guyana. He said, Dougie, you know how Guyana was? I said, yes. He said, the streets they were, like if you take a pickaxe and pick up the streets for years. And I remember that. And he said, no, you wouldn't believe All the old buildings are being torn down and put up. You have high-rise buildings going up now. Relatively speaking to the Caribbean, when we say high-rise, we ain't talking about 30-story highs. We're talking about high-rise, not skyscrapers, high-rise. A lot of high-rise, and so the place is developing rapidly. And a lot of investors from around the world are entering into Guyana. And so we have, this is part of the well, let me put it this way, the icing on the cake, where the government has the money to encourage and to help the host and to give guarantees to these things so that people can come to Guyana, and sports tourism could be a big thing. Because just like the World Cup, when you have the World Cup and a lot of people travel all over the place, it means that they're trying to encourage this particular league, which will be played annually. This is the inaugural one. But I guess as the league grow, you might see other teams, entering into this, or they will allow more teams to get into and create maybe an independent kind of league there. So that's what I have. That came from Peter Miller, head of PR communications. So it's and Peter Miller has something to do with Cricket West Indies. He's a marketing man, and so I expect to see how things are going. And we'll take a commercial break here right now. Nikki, I need to get about this chair just to pick up something that's happening outside. So I gotta just deal with that. So take a commercial break, please. We'll be back.
Do you have a passion for sport? Then Sports Highlights is a place to be. Share the passion every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Sports from the heart, only on Sports Highlights.
TK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% contention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. TK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent John, a supermarket for you and me.
Now let's be real. We're not all police officers, but we all want to safeguard our finances. And that's why the Police Cooperative Credit Union is open to everybody. That's right. We cater for anybody. At a brand new location too. Step up to the Police Cooperative Credit Union headquarters on Bay Street between Diamond Girl and Lanes number 2. And we provide a range of top-class financial services, including fixed deposits, quick cash, savings, and loans, and a survivor's benefit grant of $5,000. We're open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday, and up to 11:30 on Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or call Police Cooperative Credit Union at 485-6840. And remember, even if you're not a police officer, we're cool with that.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Fortis, Lilies, Midushi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM, and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets. Legitimate sheet and core sizes. Virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight. Professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Fortis, Lilies, Midushi. Excellent Vincentian products.
Instacash now offering you more chances to win with 2 new games. There's Strike for $2 and In Between available at $3. These 2 new games are loaded with cash prizes. With Strike, you can match up to 10 numbers and win $2,500. In Between, so easy to play, offering up to $6,000. Get your Instacash strike and in between tickets at Lotto agents. And remember, with Instacash, there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win instantly.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Do you have a passion
So
for
we are
sport?
back.
Then Sports
Okay.
Highlights is a place to share the passion every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 9
Nikki?
p.m. Sports from the Heart on Sports Highlights.
Yeah, Nikki. All right.
Yes.
You okay? I want to see. I want to see your ugly face. No. Nikki's in the studio, and I switch off his video, so I wasn't certain he was sitting there. What I went for is to pick up the package. I got the part for the transmitter, so DHL just delivered it. Kim. So hopefully soon we get the Belial transmitter back on and running. Send that down tomorrow. All right, so we are back with Sports Highlights. You listen to Sports Highlights right here on Nice Radio, 96.7, 101.3, 90.3 FM on your dial. You can find us on the Flow Box 782 for if you if you don't have, if you in an area somebody can, you could get it on the niceradio.info on your phone directly. You get that directly from the studio. Instead of going through TuneIn Radio or Radio Garden or anything, you just type in niceradio.info, and there's no hardly any time delay on that because you're getting it directly from what we're broadcasting on the internet radio. So there you are. You can find us there. Go on your computer, your telephone, your tablet, whatever. You can do that, and you can get us. You can still get us on TuneIn Radio, Radio Garden, or any other streaming platform. You have a caller?
Yes. Good night, caller. You're live.
Yeah, I just want to briefly respond to what you just said about Guyana, but your friend went to Guyana and tell you what's happening down there. I remember I went there twice within recent time, and the police station that was deplorable. The next year I go, brand new police station. They have 6 brand new buildings, well painted. They have a fleet of brand new police vehicles, that training center for the police department, and the airport, they're refurbishing the airport to it. All over Ghana, brand new buildings all over, big roads construction going on. So I could testify to what it calls about that. But that's all
I'll go along there for a job, man.
I'm gonna listen off the air because
Actually, I say you're gonna go along for a job.
You never know. You never know. All right, bye.
All right. Well, since I announced that I got the parts for the transmitter and will be sending it down, Nikki, I was ordered by one of our listeners up in Richland Park. Said, you need to come home too. So tell her you don't want me to come home. Okay. Good night, my dear. Well, I'll be home soon. Don't get too lonely, heart. All right. So you listen to Sports Highlights. We are trying to keep you up to date with our situation. So remember, for all you persons out there, if you have friends and they don't have a radio, you can tell them they can go to the Flow Box if they have cable TV, Flow Box 782. If they have data on their phone or they have internet at their home and they don't have a radio, you can listen to niceradio.info. Niceradio.info. You see the player there, you just press play and you would get it directly from the station and without much delay. Maybe just a millisecond delay or something, because you must have a little latency in that situation. All right, so now 2 matches are down for decision in the CG United West Indies Super 50. It continues today. Tomorrow, sorry, that's tomorrow, not today. Not today is Wednesday, Thursday. because today is a rest day. So Guyana Happy Angels will play Jamaica Scorpions at the Queen's Park Oval, and at the St. Augustine grounds, the West Indies Academy opposes Trinidad Red Force. So that's tomorrow. The CG United West Indies Super 50 continues tomorrow. The point standings at this end of the West Indies Super 50 tournament as of Tuesday: Barbados Pride have 31 points. Barbados Pride with 31 points. Leeward Islands Hurricanes with 27 points, 27 points. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, 25 points. Guyana Happy Eagles of Guyana, 25. So Red Force of Trinidad and Guyana tie. Jamaica Scorpions, 20. And West Indies Academy, 15. Windward Islands Volcanoes in a shameful position of 10 points. So we got to get them out of that doldrum. Nikki, you going to coach them. You got to get down there, coach these Windward Island Volcanoes. You're going to do some coaching?
Nah, I think they better off by themselves.
So who are you going to send? Gunny or Patrick?
Goni, not
Or
Patrick.
Alex. Alex
Alex,
say
yeah.
he ain't playing no more Windward Islands cricket. Okay.
No, he coaching. He ain't playing.
Oh, he coaching. Oh, well.
Yeah.
He ain't coaching or playing. He played with his mouth, though. Other information on cricket. Afghanistan defeated Bangladesh by 92 runs in an ODI in Sharjah on Wednesday, today, right? You know the time zone. So when you hear they say Wednesday, that happened since this morning. And Afghanistan, 235 off 49.4 overs. Hash Matullah, 52. Mohammed Nebi, 84. Karot, 27. Tashkin, 2. You have a caller, is it? Did I hear
Yes,
from you?
go ahead, caller. Doug, welcome.
Yeah. Good night. Doggy,
Yes, sir.
good night, boss.
Uh-huh.
What the tournament in Guyana name?
It is the super. Let me give it is the Global Super League.
And sponsored by?
Well, they didn't say who it's sponsored by.
Exxon Mobil. That's what you read.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, it's Exxon Mobil. That's what I tell you, the oil money. Sorry
Oil
about
money.
that. I just missed thing. Yeah, Exxon Mobil.
So Exxon Mobil is the drilling company that is drilling in Guyana. They're making the most money out the deal, so they're giving back something to sports, and that is what company is supposed to do. So I just want you to know that is Exxon Mobil sponsoring it, so they're giving back something to the thing, and you notice the first price is what? 1
million US.
million US dollars. So that is why it is in US and it's not in Guyanese dollars, okay? Because it's sponsored by an American company. And you will see more from Exxon Mobil as they continue to drill oil in Guyana. And I like how you put it that when dog got money, eat cheese.
What you see, and you have to give the Guyanese government some credit for that, because
of course
they would have encouraged and urged them to sponsor that, because they're making real money, and it means that you're operating in a sphere. And remember, they have a monopoly in Guyana right now.
Yes, and not only that, Doggy, but what is going to happen is that as Guyana develop the oil industry, and it will become a oil a, a oil power in the world because of the amount of reserve it's sitting on. As it develops that, they will be doing more and more for the people of Guyana and around the region, and you have to give a little credit for that. But let we hope that the people use the money wisely.
So
In
who drilling in Trinidad?
I don't know. I don't know who drilling in Trinidad. I don't know because
It's not a
I know
Trinidad Oil Company.
I know NP, which was National Petroleum, used to
Natural Petroleum.
control Trinidad for a long time. NP, National Petroleum, which was a home base company, because what they do there over the years they learn from the people who was there before, and then when they nationalized the oil company, they they had their people in place to continue the work, which they did. But I don't know what happened with Trinidad so much with the oil drilling and stuff like that. No, but I know one thing for sure. I know a lot of Trinidadians was going over to Guyana to work with ExxonMobil because they have a lot of experience in the oil field company over the years in Trinidad. So I am happy for them. I am really happy for them, and it is good to see that they start out putting something in sports. But I hope they will put something more into West Indies cricket and so on and so forth, because Stanford did, in spite of and despite of his shortcomings, he did a lot for West Indies cricket. You must give him that credit. And he tried his best. At least he tried his best. And let we hope that this match from November 26th to the 7th of from
December,
October, this November 26th to the 7th of December. Let we hope that they do a wonderful job, and they could come back again and sponsor another one, and let's see if we could get more teams out. The only team I hear you talk about is the Guyana team.
Yeah, it was only one Caribbean team is involved. Okay,
I know we could put together more team in that.
Only one. One
Guyana. I just
yeah, but the reason why I mentioned about the issue about the oil company and the Trinidad, I was asking really and truly subliminally whether or not why we haven't seen then National Petroleum in Trinidad sponsoring a league like that. Because National Petroleum or the Trinidad oil been around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And Guyana is basically an oil rich company. They ended up not closing down their refinery and all kind of things. And I think they were trying to have a cooperation between Guyana now and Trinidad to reopen the refinery, and I hope that work out. But the point I'm making is that if you have a monopoly, then you need to invest within the environment that you have a monopoly.
Yes, I agree 100%, and that is why I am happy to hear that the Exxon Mobil is putting in a couple of dollars into this cricket, and I'm pretty sure everybody is going to get a prize, but the top dollar price is $1 million US, which is very good, and it's only about 10 to 11 days play, because you only got
it's a short
you
thing
only got
because
30 days in November, so it's from the 26th, which is 4, and 7 is 11.
So it is good for the region,
Yes, it's good for the
Some
region. And
people may feel
that's all
other.
I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I listen off air, but
Okay.
I wanted to come on and say that. Okay.
No problem.
All
Thanks a
right,
lot.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I going back to the game where Afghanistan defeated Bangladesh by 92 runs in an ODI in Sharjah today, this morning, our time. And Afghanistan 235 off 49.4, Hazmatullah 52, Mohammed Nabi of 84, Kuroti 27, Taskin 2, Ahmed 4 for 53, Mustafa 4 for 58, Bangladesh 143 off 34.3 overs. Najmul Shanto 47, Saka 33, Mehidi 28, Ala Gazamfa 6 for 26, and Rashid Khan 2 for 28. That's that game. Also, we give you some information now on tennis. That's the cricket information that we have for the day. So in tennis, 20-year-old Coco Gauff confirmed her semi-final spot in the WTA finals with a rare win over 22-year-old Iga Swiatek. The American beat the second seed Iga at 6-3, 6-4 to join Ariana Sabalenka in the last four in the Saudi Arabia. It's only the second time Goff has have Poland Swiatek in 13 attempts. So they said try, when you're in school, when they tell you try until you succeed at last. So 13 times she played that lady, and she never could win her. Now she beat her, and now she's in the finals in the last four in the getting up there in the semifinals actually. So she's there. So congratulations to her in the finals. She's in the finals. Zing Qingweng, if I pronounce that right, as I said, there's Jasmine Poliani to reach the last four in this WTA finals, the last four on her tournament debut. Chinese defeated Italian 6-1, 6-1. She is the first Chinese to reach the semifinals. So consistent to beat you 6-1, 6-1, it means that you really did a number. She did a number there on her. One game in the Europa League for today, Wednesday. One game played in the football. Besiktas 2 and Malmo 1. So Besiktas 2 and Malmo 1. Results played in the UEFA Championship League today. Club Brugge 1, Aston Villa 0. Shakhtar Donetsk 2, Young Boys 1, Bayern Munich 1, Benfica 0, Feyenoord 1, Salzburg 3, Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0, PSG 1, Atletico 2, Red Star 2, Barcelona 5 and Sparta Prague 1, Best 2, that's Sparta Prague 1 and Brest 2, and Stuttgart 0, Atlanta 2. And so what's going to happen for tomorrow in the UEFA Football League? Glint versus Garabag, Frankfurt versus Salvia, Prague and Elsberg versus Braga, FCSB versus Netherlands, and Galatasaray versus Tottenham, Lugoretz versus Athletic Club, Nice versus 20. If in St. Vincent say Nice, but that's a French team in Nice. So Nice Radio would be playing. Nice would be playing tomorrow. Nice versus 20, and Olympiacos versus Rangers, and the R Union SG versus Roma. Those are the games set up for tomorrow. So that's the information that I have there on the football. Haven't gone into the BBC Sports as yet. I was trying to I've been having some issues today. You know, I was trying to be a good guy today, doing something, and then I wasn't feeling so well. My vertigo is taking the better part of me, so I had to close that down. So I'm trying to get the BBC information that I was looking for in the BBC. We haven't give you anything on rugby for a while. So in a little bit of rugby information, and you ever play rugby, Nikki?
No,
Would
no.
you would like to play rugby? You have the
Nah.
body, you have the size for it.
That's too rough, man.
Too rough.
That too much licks on the body.
but you know Jay play rugby?
You did?
Yeah. You look how bony Jay is, and
maybe his speed save him.
Well, I guess I don't think he still plays, but Leinster tight head prop is carrying a slight hamstring strain, says Ireland head coach Andy Farrell, who will not confirm if the 31-year-old will be fit for the Argentina game on November 15, because they are going to play. Ireland is going to play Argentina on the 15th, and that is set up to be a good game. He has been replaced in the Irish front row by Conayak Finlay Belham, with also Tom and O'Toole promoted to the bench. So some body had to sit on the bench when he gets inside of there. So rugby, as you know, what they call Australian football, not soccer. Australian football is rugby. American football is similar to rugby, but it's called football, and they kick the ball 3 times. They call it football. So they want us to say soccer, but we say football because football is football. And you would have Ireland blown away by a visit from Andy's crash survivor. But while the British and the Irish Lions for long absence is a considerable loss to Ireland's pack, Farrell's welcome back several of the backline players. And you know them backline players, those guys are heavy duty guys, eh?
Yeah, they like bouncers.
I'm telling you, and you see the size of these guys, man. You want to know, but they still have a lot of respect for each other. They try not to damage each other, even though you see them falling on one another and hitting one another fairly hard. They have their own technique and do it in playing those games. But that's not a game for us, for me and you, because we is not in that. We are not in that category. We that's out of our league. That's punching above a weight that we can sustain. Okay. Yeah. And let's see what's happening in the cycling coming out of the BBC. Tour de France. I want to go back to something with Tour de France to take all the route since 2020. The 2025 Tour de France will be staged exclusively in France from the first time in 5 years. It will be contained in France. You know, Europe is one landmass. So Tour de France go into the Alps and all kind of thing and so forth. Okay. You have a caller? Or you just phone us making noise? Okay. The 112, this is the 112th edition of the Grand Tour, will feature 21 stages starting in Lille on the 5th of July and ending in Paris on the 27th of July. And this is the 2025 Tour de France. They already, you know, you can't plan this year for this year. You got to do everything a year in advance to have the thing line up. So the tour had a race through Adora in 2021, while it had grand departs in Copenhagen in 2022, and Bilbao in 2023, and Florence, Italy in 2024. So the Tour de France did a lot of things, but this time it's going to be in 2025 is exclusively in France. The 2025 race will also see the return of champs LC Fanelli on the 50th anniversary of his first finish there, the Tour de France outside Paris for the first time in the history of this year because of the Olympics. So we decided to bring the tour home. It was high time after all the foreign starts, said the race director Christian Tomahem. The tour stretches 3,320 kilometers or 2,063 miles long. That's a tour. They're gonna ride for 2,000. Well, you know, you have different stages, so they rest overnight and they go to the different stages. They can't ride all of that one time unless they are a superhero. And they will feature two-time trials, 6 mountaintop finishes, with the first part taking place mostly on the plains. A week in the plains is not a joyride. It was as in the old days. We have cut sprint stages and laid traps everywhere, they say. I don't think that Terry Gonuvu, who mapped out the route, left a single climb untouched between Lily and Brittany. The UAE team, the United Arab Emirates team, Podgakar won his third title this year to secure the Tour de France Giro Italia double and is set to battle two-time winner Jonas Vingegaard for the yellow jersey again in 2025. In the women's tour, meanwhile, he added, the ninth stage will run from the 26th of July to the 3rd of August. Poland's Ketsizana won the third edition of the Tour de France in the women's part of that. So there we have some information there on cycle, because we sometimes leave out these games and these things are international and but they will say, oh, that's we're interested in football and cricket. You know,
But Dougie, we do have a rugby team here. I think they were supposed to travel sometime today or tomorrow, something like that.
I don't
I'm not
know. Jay
correctly.
used to be with them, you know, and he won twice. He was supposed to go to Mexico to play. And you notice Jay always trying to be lifting weights in the back, trying to put some muscle on his bones there. But twice they were supposed to travel, something got messed up. That tour got canceled. Didn't get visas one time. But I didn't get any stuff from the rugby union. So the rugby people never sent me any information. And
Okay.
if anybody from the rugby are listening, please just email us your sporting information. You can come on Sports Highlights anytime and talk about it, and let's see what is happening. And I hope Carlisle could get on to Wade Jackson and let us know what is happening with this Liu game. Okay?
Yeah, I sent him a message earlier. I haven't seen him a response from him. So
in Formula One, but I used to watch Formula One. Now I choose this now because I want to pay tribute to Bex Gonzalez. Bex is an entrepreneur, was a sportsman, he was a carnival man, he was a culture man. He passed away, as you know, he suffered an illness that I was hopeful that he would have recovered, but as God's providence, he didn't recover. I spoke to him sometime last week or week before. I regularly spoke to him, and he was sounding as strong as ever. But you never know when the good Lord is going to take you home. But Bex had a passion for car racing. So I want to spend a little time, and that's why I saved this part of car racing Formula One. Bex had his racing car. He used to race on the Caribbean circuit. He raced in Barbados, Trinidad. His son Ryan was a go-kart racer and won a lot of races as a young boy in Bushy Park in Barbados. But we used to at one time have a vibrant rally club in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People like Tony Sardine, Tony Abbott, Faiz Musa, the man with top fashion. If for young people who don't know, the Faiz Musa used to race with a SSS Datsun. He had an SSS Datsun.
that used to be down at Diamond Dairy down there.
They used to do that there, but that is in the lates when Ali Cloud and all of them took over. But I'm talking in the early days. There used to be where on Sign Hill playing field down there, where you see they have the where they put a garbage dump after the landfill. That was the racetrack. That's where the racetrack was. It was a dirt track. You had men like Lester Woodley. Lester Woodley used to race with an angler, a superb angler. He had like 3 stacks coming out either side of the engine. Lester Woodley. Paul McLeish had an angler. He used to race with an angler. Carson Taylor. He used to race with Austin 1300. It's an Austin 1300. I don't know if Keith Boy raced, but and Cali, but they had a 1300 Austin also. Tony Abbott raced with an 850 Fiat Coupe, a 850 Coupe Fiat. These are information that a lot of people don't know. There was a very vibrant club. Robert Young used to race with a Mini Cooper S. He had a Mini Cooper S. And I'm trying to remember the others. So if somebody who could, Van Edmonds and them, could remind me of. Then you used to have a buggy race, but Bex Gonzalez. What Bex used to race with in that circuit used to race with a 1-4 Fiat. Used to race with a 1-4 Fiat. But his racing car, he had an actual racing car that he raced in Barbados and in Trinidad. So Bex Gonzalez was if you go home by Bex on a Sunday afternoon or Saturday evening, when he's home, his TV is always on car racing. Always was in car racing. I want to offer my sympathies to his family, his son Ryan, Becky, his daughter, his wife, and the rest of his family, his sisters, and the rest of the family. Actually, we are family. It's my cousin through my mother. My mother and his father were second cousins. So Bex was really and loved car racing. Car racing. I think carnival and car racing was his 2 things. as a carnival man, I never forgot this. I could tell you this. There was a time when Bex played an individual of the band with two colors. Two colors. And it was silver, it was black and white, a kind of silverish black and white. Two colors. He was there. I can't remember what he portrayed. But I remember a gentleman by the name of Elroy Arthur was narrating. He lives in the States. Elroy description of that mass with Bex Gonzalez was they say I remember this so then because I used to do a lot of photography then and I was sitting there and I took out the and he said they say carnival is color, but whoever would have thought that two colors could create such an impact at Victoria Park? Two colors. Never forget that. Bex Gonzalez portrayed that. I can't remember what he played. What was it? He played a statue or something or the other. I don't know if it was the Iron Man. I can't remember what he played, but I remember that. But he was a mass man. As you know, he had his mass band, and his daughter, I think, more than likely would carry on that tradition because she was heavily involved with him. But Bex Gonzalez would always be remembered in our hearts, and he had Gonzalez liquors and so forth. But he was a culture man, and he was a sportsman when it come to car racing. So
We have a caller. Good night, caller.
Hey, good night, Doggy.
Good
yes,
night,
sir.
good night.
Yeah, now, Doggy, I remember one year Bex played a mass as a statue, and it's when Bex removed the mask from his face, maybe to have a drink, we realized it was somebody standing there.
Uh-huh. That's the same year.
It was, I think it was a silver suit he was in.
A silver, two colors only.
Is that the mask they call Ebony and Ivory? Or that was a different mask?
It probably was Ebony and Ivory. I don't know. But it was fantastic. It was. I mean, it's unbelievable how it glue.
Yeah, because actually, when we went in the Park Carnival Tuesday, and we thought it was a statue, and this man just stood up there and wasn't shaking it until he removed the mask was to have a drink. We realized is what a live person standing up and I think so. Okay, something similar to the Iron Man. Yes, I remember that very well.
Yes, yeah.
Remember that very well. And you're talking about car race. I remember Lester Woodley had a car that he had 4 wheels in the back, two on each side.
Angular.
Yeah,
Angular. Yes.
Yeah.
He it used to spit fire out of the stacks. He had three stacks of muffler pipes coming out either side of the engine.
You see, Dougie, now there's a lot of young people when they hear you talk and think they might wonder what you're talking about if you're dreaming. But there was so much things that happened in St. Vincent years ago that we don't see anymore.
Yeah, it's called, the organization was the St. Vincent Rally Club.
Yeah, I remember when you used to race, there was a big thing. People used to come from all over to look at them and race.
Yeah, it was a great time of car racing down that day, and then they put garbage on the racetrack.
Yeah, well, you notice in St. Vincent a lot of things where we started, and you notice we started things before other Caribbean islands, and we just dumped them on another island, take on away in front of us.
We end up last.
Yeah, we behind. When we was in front, but we behind now.
Mm-hmm.
But you remember recently when they used to race out Diamond, but like maybe that era that they used to race, they don't got us again, so you hardly hear anything about car racing.
Well, I think that is where they put the athletics track now.
Right? So
Yeah, people like Ali Cloud and them took over the car racing over in that area. But we used to have rallies, actual rallies around St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
yeah, because I remember they used to have one used to call when they used to
Cross country rally.
Yeah, you go up hill and who you know.
Oh no, that's the hill
and
climb. The hill climb used to
hill
take
climb.
place. They used to have the hill climb, two places. One down at Pembroke, come up on the flat, and then come up to Rillen Hill. And they used to have it at Peruvian Vale before all these houses built up around Peruvian Vale. So you have to go around all them corners and go up on the top of it. Start down the bottom of Peruvian Vale, right to the entrance on the main road, and they go right up to the top of Peruvian Vale. They used to have hill climb, speed tests, and so forth.
Yeah, I remember them days when you used to hear about all these things, but you gone behind now, you know.
Yeah, but the rallies were the rallies were very exciting.
That's the first time I saw Bex in Victoria Park, and after that, you know, yeah, I remember hearing they've been calling him Carnival Baby.
Yeah, he was a carnival baby. Yeah.
Yes, I remember hearing that.
Carnival baby.
You know.
Yeah. But he loved car racing he used to race a lot.
I think one time I heard him say that he chose the two most expensive thing for hobby car racing and carnival.
That's true. He always say that. He say, I have the two most expensive hobby that man could choose. Car racing and his mechanic was Nigel Sinclair. He still have the truck. If you go in his home, in his yard, he has a big truck that he bought to ship his car to Barbados in. It had a ramp and everything, and he used to take his car to Barbados and Trinidad and so. Nigel Sinclair was his mechanic. And I think he had somebody else.
As a youngster, I remember them things happening in St. Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so we had a lot of things used to take place, you know. Now we have bikers now.
Well,
Bikers is a sport, but no bike racing. So we don't have no track to race bike unless you run up and down the tarmac, you know.
Well, I remember when they closed on the airport, you know, I hear Keith was making mention they should turn Annisville into a sports city. And you know, we could have, because when you look at the whole airport, we could have one of the best jack track in the region.
Yes, we still could maintain a drag track. Let me tell you something. If you look at Formula Racing doesn't have a track built for Formula Racing. They take the streets of a city, Sao Paulo, Miami. If you go down Miami, Biscayne Boulevard, and the A1A, the two streets that they combine and they make the track, because Biscayne goes up with about 3 lanes and going up and down Biscayne Boulevard, and you have turnarounds and so forth and whatnot. What they do is that they take in city. That's how Formula One racing is. Stock car racing.
I recognize that.
Stock car racing with people like Richard Petty and all those all Earnhardt and all those people. They have a spill like Daytona Speedway is stock car racing. Daytona, when you see Daytona Race Week, it's thousand, maybe, you have like 100,000 people inside of that stadium, and you can't get in there. You can't get a hotel room, nothing at all.
Yeah, you see a lot of people looking at them, and then they had the barriers in certain areas to protect the spectators in certain areas.
Exactly.
Yep.
You have mountains of rubber tires and barriers
yeah,
there.
but we totally in a reverse in things that we had years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then in those days when them guys used to car race was plenty innovation. Yeah. But
yeah, it was good time. But I used to like the rallies, eh? The rallies, as you know, a rally is that you have to have a co-pilot with you, right? Or if you call him a co-pilot, because I'm a grunk pilot, they call him. So anyway, but you have to have a map reader.
yeah,
You have
right,
to have
like
the
in
map
some
reader with
countries.
you along with the driver.
Yes, because you know they have some race they go in some areas where it's dot and you see not the driver, but the other man had the map and he telling you where to turn, when to turn, and where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you have to, yeah, you have to do that. And some people call it safari. I have the African safari, right? The African safari is and then you have all them over Sahara safari. You have the which is basically the rally. The rallies were not just necessarily speeding, but you have to make it on time and you have to reach checkpoints at a certain time to qualify. So it was an exciting all day.
You see, Dougie, if we had complete the cross country when we started to, we might have could have used that to do some sort of a car racing.
Well, so true. Well, that would not be car racing, you know. That would be they really call car racing, but a rally is not really a speed thing. Even though you have to speed and race, you're making time.
Maybe I'm using the wrong term, but you know, if we had because they had promised us that we would get the cross country road, so we still waiting.
We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Don't worry. It'll come one of these days.
All right, and Doug, all right, and I'll continue listening.
But you ain't tell me nothing about cricket now.
Well, it seemed like West Indies. Well, I don't know. Well, actually, I had to watch to the end because you know the way how we play cricket. If we bowl first and we bowl, we is never good. We don't bat, and if we bat, we is never good. We don't bowl because the second ODI. Because when West Indies make the 328, I asked Alex if he think we could defend that. Alex he thinks so. I tell him, well, boy, the way how the team does play, I am not confident. And you know, two bowlers, a bowl 2 overs and 50 runs in 2 overs in a limited over game, you lose the game right there. Yeah. So, but they were the last thing I see was 100 and something for one. So it seemed like they're going well. I hope they could cross the line.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention to this last game. So bring me up to date. Alex was supposed to be here to bring me up to date on that. He lapsed in the middle.
England made 200 and I think it's 63 or 68 somewhere there for 8.
Mm-hmm.
And the last score I saw West Indies was 122 for 1. I'm not. You see, all my appliances gone, but so I had to just check in and every now and again on my phone and get the scores.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you do well. Yeah, well, hopefully, maybe he lost the election, so he got stunned.
Watching the game because the last time we spoke, he told me he was watching the game, so maybe that's watching the game. She don't want to call him.
Yeah, well, he will call and tell us soon what is happening in the game. You know, I cannot see those games up here. I only could see the other international games.
I wonder if Patrick listening because Arsenal seem not doing well and like I hear in his mouth.
Well, Patrick come and make monkey face give me the other day because his team beat me up, but my team bouncing back. But like I'm waiting to see how well his team gonna do.
Well, if he listen, I want him to call in and bring us up to date. You know.
Yeah, well, Who's Patrick team again? Who's Patrick team?
Want to come because I'm not getting in on the WhatsApp. I don't know what with this phone I have here. So I'm going to drop the landline that somebody else might want to call in. Have a good night.
Okay then. All right then, great. That was great, Batiste. So we were speaking there on the Formula One, a car racing actually, to just bring you to give a thing. Do we have a caller? I think we may have a caller. They coming in on the WhatsApp.
Hello.
Watch your headphone. Hello.
Hello. Yes,
Yes.
I want to get a contribution with Bex Gonsalve.
So go right ahead.
Bex Gonsalve was into football too, because remember he the sponsor Hennessy Rosians.
Rosians was his team.
Yeah, yes.
Well, I didn't say anything yet, because I wanted to hear a person like Gailo and the others of them who was involved with Bex to call in about it, because Bex.
And I watching by Bex Gonsalve, I could have seen have the team frame out,
Right.
And
he has it
keeping by the glass, and you see like Jerry Crick, Tweety Spence, Dorian Phillip, all those that in the 70s. So I know he contributed to sports too,
Well,
so
Rosians basically, he sponsored Rosians.
Yes.
He was a Rosians man.
Yes, so that time my little boy come from Stubbs, so I know him with football,
Yes, yeah. So you live in Stubbs?
Yes, you know me, man. Let me just describe me here. Remember when I was going away and I told you to use your card and pay for my suitcase and I give you the US?
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yes.
Yes, the sailor guy, So
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, from since they do that, give me a home now on vacation.
You're back on vacation? All right.
Yeah, yes. I'm a regular listener to your radio station, man.
Thank you very much. Well, make sure
because
okay.
I'm from Victoria Village.
Yeah, well, make sure that you open up and get a card, because it's safe to do what you do in the day, right?
No,
okay, could get stuck.
No, I have a card, No, I have a card, American card. But what happened? True, we just get problem to send home money. I did leave it with my daughter that he could have used it here to do my transaction. You understand?
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah. No, well, you could get a second one,
Okay.
You could get a second one on the same account. You could get a second card on your same account. So if you leave the daughter to do your transaction, you will have the master of the stand.
Yes. So one of my listener and
it is not limited to one. You could have a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I think we have Alex inside. Yeah, but nice to hear you, and you're back home.
Yes.
Right, he's gone.
Yes, Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Dougie.
Yeah. Yes, good night.
Yeah, man, Bex was the Rosians, man. I was hoping that somebody from call in, but they didn't. I left the window open.
Dougie, listen, somebody online.
Hello.
In sports culture.
Hello.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Yes, good night.
But
let Alex me. I can't let Alex.
Talking. Can you guys hear
listen
me?
to you?
Yes, I'm hearing
Listen to your phone.
All right. Yes, I am listening to my phone. I'm on my phone.
Go ahead.
My name is Fitzbamber, and I'm calling to, first of all, convey condolences to the family, friends, acquaintances of Bex,
on his passing. Bex was a resident of East Kingston as well. But more importantly, Dougie, I heard you asking for people from Rosian, so I took the opportunity to call in. When I first played first division, back then it was first division football, I was a student of the Becker Anglican High School, still in Form 5. And after I got selected to the St. Vincent Under-19 team, when we came back from Trinidad, I was Guy Lowe and Royalty Lowe asked me to come and play for Rosian. And I remember coming up from Beckley on weekends and practicing and stuff like that because I had school. Dorian was the starting keeper for Rosians, and I came in as an understudy. And it just so happened that my first game, Dorian had gotten injured. And I was put in goal against superstars. Them days you had man like Mazai and Spatai and Slick and them fellas. And the team was called the 100 Pipers Rosian. Somebody said Hennessy Rosian.
Yes,
but
I remember that. Yeah.
100 Pipers, it was the 100 Pipers Rosian. We used to meet down by Miss Shirley Lynch House down Bottom Tongue. And the uniform was black and white. I remember I was so excited because that was the first time I was in a football team where we had like real top quality gears. I got my goalkeeping gloves and everything, and I was so excited. And
and Bex was a man for detail, you know. And Bex was a man for detail.
Exactly. I mean, I remember the very first meeting. I was a young boy in school. I never experienced those kinds of levels of organization in sports. At least I was a member of youth groups and so on in Beckwith, the Anglican Youth Movement and different things. But in a sports group, a sports organization, that was my first experience of a well-organized and well-structured sporting organization in the 100 Pipers Rosian. That team had in fellas like, well, you had Guy and Royalty, you had Tweet, you had Dorian, you had Keno, who the split pan for Star, he doesn't play much anymore now. You had Fitz Huggins, Consul General Fitz Huggins was a part of that team.
Yeah. You should try to play.
Nah, Fitz was alright, but he was. And then you had Kempes. Ivan Dupont was one of the midfielders in that team too. I'm trying to remember some of the other fellas, but that was a powerhouse team that Bex brought out. And then shortly after that, I think I played with that team for 1 year. And then after I came up to the mainland to go to grammar school to do A-levels, that's when I joined Avenues momentarily, and then I got into the Siren Hill Club on a more long-term basis. But Bex definitely introduced me to structured organization and a well-run sports organization, you know. And he was a very, very generous. He was straightforward. Everybody know Bex. He would tell you like it is, but nothing was too big or too great for Bex to help you with. And it wasn't like it because, you know, he was doing well business-wise, as we would say in the local environment. You know, he had money. He was a rich man. People used to say that. But
that's not necessarily true.
My experience with him had nothing to do with the fact that he was rich or was well-to-do. He was just a man who wanted to help people in whatever way he could. And I am grateful for that. That contributed to my own foundation and to many of my character traits right now as a grown man, you know, serving the country in a different capacity. So I want to say to Beck's family, you know, to his daughter, to Ryan and all the rest of the family, condolences and thanks for sharing your dad, your brother, your uncle, you know, with the Vincentian people. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen. Thanks a lot, Fitz. Thanks for calling.
All right. Take care.
And that's why I brought it here so that I can have somebody, people who would have a feed coming back. Alex, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Someone's calling me, so I just press decline.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, the feedback was from me.
Okay, maybe it's Kamala calling you, man. So tell us now what's going on with the cricket now.
Well, with the game now, West Indies, England made 263 for 8 after being 24 for 4 within the power play. So England came back very, very good. But one incident in the game, I mean, I don't really understand it. After Azari Joseph bowled his second over, he and Shehope, the captain, started to argue, and then he just walked off the field.
Yeah,
completely walk off the field. I mean, for no reason or the other. So the field with 10 men until he came back on the field.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't understand that with some field players or something. You know, he just get angry and he just walk off the field. These guys should be in discipline, and that will go like under, and nobody wouldn't say a word about it.
You know, Alex, that has a great impact on the ability for the sport to grow. You know, it's not cricket alone. We have it in football as well. Discipline seems to be the talk of the day. You know, these guys just feel because they could play, they have to make the team. You know, but I don't know. I would play. I would play with 10 disciplined guys who cannot play the game than have one who would give me rudeness and disrespect me on the field. Yeah.
Yeah, but points that West Indies would not even discipline him. They just act as if nothing happened, and that's it. But it's really, really bad.
No, that ain't good enough. You can't just do that and get away with it. At least, you know, sometimes when you think you get away with things, you don't necessarily get away from them. You know. They come back
Maybe
to
they deal with it internally, or they just wait and see how they would work it out.
You don't have any information on what's happening with this regional masters that I was speaking of earlier?
I will give you all that, but I have to give you what's in the score first.
Okay, go ahead.
England 263 for 8. West Indies going merrily on the way 181 for 1. Evan Lewis out for 19. Brandon King 78 not out, and Coyote 75 not out, up at 76 balls. So West Indies is on the way to win this series.
Well, I'm happy for that because we need to be in winners' row.
Yep.
We need to be in winners' row.
And I don't think anything could stop this right now.
Unless Gunny stop them.
You'd be surprised if
Gunny don't stop them, you know.
If England was 24 for 4 and come back and make 263.
263, 24 for 4.
And come back and make
Wow.
263. Then
Yeah.
anything could happen in the last couple of overs? Or...
No. It's not telling you. This one is on the way.
So what do you say West Indies at right now?
181
for 1.
For 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have to make how much?
264, so all we need is 80 runs. That's it. It's done.
Yeah, well, let's over there because we need to have confidence in this whole thing. What are your opinion on the Super 50 in Guyana?
Well, Clive Lord is the boss of that, and our Clive Lord and the Guyana government is also investing a lot of money in that. And it's like some people say that it shouldn't play when Bangladesh is playing West Indies 2 tests, so it's affecting them. But there's only 2 players from Guyana is on the West Indies team, so it's just that those 2 players have to make a choice. You know, whether they want to play play for Guyana or or they want to play for the West Indies, and it's easy choice. You play for the West Indies.
Yeah, well, the players have to determine what they want out of the game. But I think it's a good opportunity to start a league in the Caribbean that somehow mirrored and can have the international flavor, right?
Well, that is supposed to start next year February.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to. I'm not sure, but it's supposed to. Now you asked me about the Masters Open. That is the Independence Masters.
Right.
I only have scores for the first round and scores for the just individual scores for the New York Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Now Trinidad Masters was a champion from last year. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in the first round, Canada Masters beat Musty Committee Masters by 52 runs. Remember, this is sponsored by the National Lottery. Okay.
Right.
The first prize is $5,000 US. The winner. I don't know if there's any second prize or anything, but I know it's $5,000 US for the winner. Well, I don't if you want me to go through the scores, but Canada won 71 for 7, and Canada played Mustic Masters. Mustic Masters were bowling for 119. But actually 190 for 5 in 20 overs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Northeast Masters, who play the New York Masters, which is a team from New York. That's where I'm getting some scores from these guys.
Right. Okay.
Well, New York Masters 100 and 103. Northeast Masters knock it off in 12 overs. I mean, I don't have any individual scores.
Okay. No problem. Yeah.
Right here. And then you
They
have
played
the
in Cumberland today.
well, okay. New York Masters played Cumberland today against the North Leeward Masters.
Okay.
The North Leeward Masters make 115 and New York Masters beat them. I heard Dr. Shallow is sponsoring the North Leeward Masters.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Yeah.
And the Trinidad Masters, who was the champions last year, got knocked off by. Let me make sure I have this right. Trinidad Masters, okay. Trinidad, yeah, they was strangled. The Mustard 55 for 5 off 20 overs. Trinidad make 55 for 5 off 20. Remember, they are the champions last year. And who they played? Oh, and the Bajans knocked it off in 3.5 overs. So yeah, it is. You have 6 teams, and you have. I mean, it's a good competition every year.
Yeah, and keep some interest in the cricket locally too.
Well, I have the schedule, so I will send you the schedule, so you could know what's happening.
Yeah, because the Sports Council did send me the original information, but they never kept up with it. So it left me hanging in the wind.
Yes.
The G Masters being played on weekends. Yeah. Well, I always get that information because Selwyn
No, that's a
When
different
always
competition. That's
give
a
us
different
a good
competition. That's a different competition, Daddy.
that's a different competition. That's a different. Yeah, I know that. I say
Right, yeah,
there
that's
is
different.
a different masters playing, which is yeah
Okay.
the Independence Masters is
No,
the one
well,
with the regional teams coming in and the external teams coming in. Yeah,
right, yeah. Yeah, now
I
we
think we
won
have Patrick
95
coming in
for
here
one.
now. Yeah.
West Indies won 90 for one.
Good, Alex.
Sorry, I didn't,
Good listening.
Alex was saying
Yeah,
something. Alex, what you said?
West Indies won 95 for one. Brandon King 81, not out, and Casey Carty 86, not out. So these 68 runs
Wonderful.
in 18 overs. Yeah, Patrick, how are you
It
doing?
seems like
I'm
Patrick
good
is the
enough.
coach.
How are you doing?
You the coach,
Is the
Patrick,
what?
of this game today?
Well, as long
Nah.
as they're batting the way they're batting, I'm the coach. They're batting well. They're doing well. I think Carty's doing very well. King is doing well. You know, it's a good atmosphere, a nice crowd. You know, so the game's going well. They should win the game. Should win the game. So and they're playing with confidence. Good. Yeah. King is batting really well. You know, but that incident you spoke about, Alex, was there was a problem with field placing. There's a disagreement with the field placing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but Patrick, you can't walk off the field when there's a problem with field placing.
Alex,
You
I'm
actually
not
walk off the
condoning.
field. I was looking at the game.
I am not condoning what happened. I'm telling you what the incident was. You shouldn't do that. Obviously, you don't do that. You wait till you get in the dressing room or something to do like that. I'm not condoning that. I never do that. But that's what it was. But what's his name? Joseph was always, if you look at him, he's always a little tense, he's a very intense young fella, and so he's just have to practice restraint. That's all, But I think Hetmeyer, who captained him in the under-19s, went over and helped to calm him down. He left the field and came back. So, but I'm sure they'll sort that out. But that happens, That happens. That happens. Then Viv was captain in the team one time, and somebody dropped a catch, and Viv signaled to him to keep going off the field.
No, yeah, I remember Viv signed me up too, but that was something different. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
he just
still,
decided to walk up the field.
right. But even in Viv case, you don't embarrass a player like that. But yeah, they're going well. They're doing well and thing. So yeah. Also, Dougie, before I forget, just condolences to the recent deaths in St. Vincent. These are people that I know. I want to condolences to Seymour Waldron, Roller's family, on the death of his son Tony. Seymour and I are good friends. Anytime I'm there, I step in his shop and I buy some food and we sit and we talk and we reminiscing about the pictures of football pictures he has on the wall. So condolences to him. And also to Bex Gonzalez's family. I used to follow because of John Horn, I would follow the mass, Bridge Boys mass. And I remember that one year when I think Bridge Boys featured Egyptians and Bex was there. Bex played the Pharaoh. So that was good. He seemed to be a fellow who really added to the quality of life, of the social life of Vincentians. And I think we need more people like him. So we should be thankful for what he did, and condolences to his family. So
yeah, and he was a kind of perfectionist, and everything has to be right.
Right, exactly.
He was that kind of person, and as someone said, he's a person. He never hold thing against you, but he will just tell you off in a gift. If he has something to say, he will say it, and after that, he's gone back to normal.
Right. And last time you mentioned Sion Hill, the Sion Hill Club, and I can't help but thinking that it seems like Sion Hill is probably the most active and most well organized a club in St. Vincent. They seem to have a team or sport in a team in every sport in in St. Vincent. You know, track and field and football and I believe
netball.
Netball and whatnot. So, yeah. So that's you need you need activities like that. You need groups like that. You need people like that
Well,
because
Avesco, Annisville Sports and Cultural Organization was like that.
was like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like that, and that get defunct. And they have now the Top Billy Progressive Organization. Um, they are in that similar vein
Yeah.
of being a sporting organization. I think North Leeward
Not Leeward. Mhm.
is now developing into that. I've been speaking to I get information they have a T20 Masters that's going on right now, but that is played on weekend.
Right.
Um, the Barley, not Leeward, sorry. And then there's a Barley organization too.
Right. I mean, these organizations we shouldn't take for granted. You need them. Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
they
because
provide so much, to young people and to the society. You know, it really adds to the quality of life of everybody.
yeah, because the North Leeward has a North Leeward T20 Super League going on, and
Okay.
that I give scores on that all the time. You have teams like Rose Hall, Future, Legends, right? You have Fitus, you have Somerset. Also, you got Rillen. No, you have. Let me see. Who's the other? Um, the other team. So it's Rose Hall, Future Legends. You have Pito Stars. You have Spring Village.
Right.
Yeah, those are the teams who are involved in that league. So they play on weekends, and we get the scores on a Monday, also, and we normally share that. So we have a person who's very efficient, Elron Lewis, and I thank them
Okay.
also for being so. So you have a few persons who are committed, and we do appreciate that, because we know these persons we can't we have also in Barley. I think there's a netball competition that is going on, but I've been losing and not been getting as much as I should get out of that. Um, I don't know if it's finished. I think it's probably finished. I've lost that,
Okay.
but there's
How
someone
about the
else.
Hazelwood? What about the Hazelwood tournament in
That's
Lay? You involved in
finals was well. They're waiting on the finals. It was supposed to be done last weekend, and
last weekend?
I'm waiting Mr. Jackson to tell me whether or not he said more than likely it will be played this Sunday. But any information whether or not it's fully confirmed.
Right.
So I'm actually sent a message about the finals, and I haven't heard anything. If it's this Sunday, because if we have to, then here's a word we would like to really bring the finals.
Yeah. And we got two big games coming up in
And the
Vincent Heat
college
football, huh?
is set up for the 15th. The college,
15.
I think the third place and the final is being played on the 15th. Uh-huh.
Right. Okay.
So hopefully we'll get. What's going on?
My football team is disappointing now. We could
Grace
only beat
said
Man
that
United.
your football team doing so well now.
No, we only have strength for Man United, your team. We beat you and then we lose to everybody else. I don't know what's going on. But people they don't know,
Yeah, we only
West
want
Ham,
to terrorize, we just want a little bit. So I just follow all
but
instructions.
but you see what I told you about Man City, right? Not only Bournemouth beat them, but you saw what happened to them in the Champions League yesterday. They got
4-1.
4-1 against Sporting. And guess what? Here's why it's good for you. The man who beat them, who coaching Sporting CP now, that's going to be your new coach at Man United. And if he coach United, if he gets them to play like he's playing, like he got his team to play yesterday against Man City, then you're in business. You're in business. He's won the Portuguese league the last 2 years.
One thing I agree with you. I dropped out.
I'm dropping
you
out
hearing me now?
I'm hearing you now, but I'm missing every something. But that's okay.
Yeah. Something went wrong. Yeah. So one thing I agree with you. Definitely with respect to Man City, you have always said if you take the game to them, they are going to create errors and people allow them to get away by holding back against them. And we are seeing
they gave
that
up
is
2
happening
penalties.
now.
They got caught on fast break, and when forwards went after their defenders, they created they gave up 2 penalties.
And they missed one
because they're on a winning streak. When teams go to play them, they go on a defensive as opposed to play a normal game attack and
exactly.
defense.
You have to. But yes, Alex, they gave up. They kicked away a penalty.
Yep.
And this young fella is probably the best striker in the world right now, but he hit it too hard and too high. So, but they're gonna. Well, it looks like Man United. What Castillo looks like they're getting a good coach. Because I like the way he handled his team against Man City. He did not back down. Didn't back down. He caught them defenders high, defenders running back facing the goal, and you don't want to do that. So they scored 4 good goals. 4 goals in them. So, Pep's lost the last 3 games now. Last week or 2, he lost 3 games. So his contract. Yeah, he lost 3 games in last week or so. His contract is up this year, and I believe England wants him to coach them into the World Cup qualifying. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Our team, Vincy Heat. We've got a game a week tomorrow, no?
I had some. Hold on. We are playing. Let's see. Well, the CONCACAF third place final round is from the 26th of November to the 3rd of December.
I don't know about that. I got.
We're playing Montserrat on the 14th of November.
On the 14th, yeah, you're playing Montserrat on the 14th, and you're playing Bonaire on the 17th. So that
I've lost that information. I had it from before, and I have to retrieve that. Yeah.
But here's my concern: they haven't done anything since October, and practice is one thing, but they should have had at least 2 competitive matches to stay sharp. So I don't know. You can't take it for granted that you're going to win because you're on the road, and even though you're not playing El Salvador at home, in El Salvador, those other teams you can't take anything for granted. Montserrat got some decent players, and Bonaire, you can't take anybody for granted. So let's see how it goes. But that's my concern. I don't know. I'm sure they've been practicing, but to stay sharp, you gotta.
You gotta play competition all the time.
Yeah, man. You gotta at least play some kind of competitive matches or whatnot. So, and they're in good position now. If they win these games, they easily could finish second, you know, and be in the running for a Gold Cup spot. So that's
well. I trust and hope that they will do well. That they will win these games. They need to win these games.
Yeah, they should. But again, you got to play the game, and you got to respect everyone, but you can't take things for granted, But I'm sure they'll be okay. I'm just concerned about not having a competitive game or two since this is almost a month ago, right? Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
So give me that information now. Give me back that information because I have to go and retrieve it. We are playing
Montserrat, November 14th.
November 14th.
That's a week from tomorrow. A week tomorrow.
And where were you playing that?
It's in El Salvador. El Salvador's hosting the entire group.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Salvador's hosting the entire group. And on the 17th, you play Bonaire.
Sunday, yeah.
And
probably the Sunday, yeah. The 17th. I think it maybe a Sunday, yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's my birthday.
We're playing Bonaire.
Bonaire on Sunday, and Alex's birthday. I don't know if that's good or not.
That's the 17th?
The 17th, yeah.
17th. That's Alex's birthday?
Yeah, Alex, that's a good thing for us to play your birthday, boy, or what? I ain't laughing. I'm serious, man. Why we've got to play your birthday? You're gonna help us win, or what?
We gonna knock glasses on Sunday for the birthday.
We have to, because I can't trust Alex's birthday. Play Alex's birthday. I don't trust that.
Cat is 99. It's mid 100. He's 99 now.
99.
Who's that?
218 for
Who's
one.
that?
Carty.
Carty is on.
Yeah, Carty.
He's 99.
Okay.
It's Carty Doggy.
Huh?
He is from St. Martin's.
He's from St. Martin's.
And King is at 90.
Because Carty is from St. Martin's.
Oh, yeah, I got that. Yeah. What about our boy the guy Graves and in his last match?
Oh, last match, yeah. I think he did well. I saw something that he did well.
He made 3 centuries.
Carty's facing the ball now, so let's see if he gets a century. Carty's facing.
Yes. Dougie, he made 370 straight. He was not out twice opening. And he out for the first time yesterday. He out for 27.
27, okay. All right.
Yeah. So his average duck from 370 to 200.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, he's batting real good though.
Oh yes, batting very, very good. He was the one who had to replace Holder.
Mm-hmm. So what's the score now there?
219 for one.
219 for one.
219 for one. That's great. At least.
Carty is facing Archer. Hopefully you get a century in this ball.
Yeah, well, both Carty and Brandon King have to make 100. Brandon King is 90.
No, Brandon King is 90, yeah. They should.
Yeah, and still have 45 runs to go, so.
Yeah. I see a lot of school children in the stands. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they give them 1,500 tickets.
Right, that's good.
Well, yeah, because you have to encourage the youngsters to come and enjoy and know the game.
That's the future of the game right there. That's the future of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the ball. Here it is. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Yeah, he faced 3 balls like he's nervous. When you're 99, you're nervous,
You want to make a century.
You want to make a century.
I just said lots of single. That's all they got to do.
lucky person when it comes to century.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
People don't realize when Sobers to hit that 300 mark in
Basel
Jamaica.
used to be a 90, 95, 99 and out.
Who's that? Who?
I never.
Basil Butcher. He made the most 90s.
Butcher? Okay. Sobers got not much singles when he was approaching the 300 mark. Oh, that's Carty Century. Got a single.
Really? Yeah, that's all I do. That's a single. That's his maiden century.
Well, actually, wait a minute. Was that him? That looks like that was King. The King moved to 91. Right? No, Carty's facing now, yeah. Because the over changed, yeah. No, Carty's facing. He's still a 99. He's facing facing somebody. Yeah.
To make sure he makes his century. You know?
He's
and
got
as
the
across
century.
the West Indies, when for ourselves
he's got the century.
Spirit and hope to the
no Patrick, but that was King.
That's Carty, man. 103.
Okay. Well, Carty the 4. 103.
You got the 100.
104, yeah.
103, yes. Everybody's congratulating him.
That was King?
Good man.
Brandon King?
No, this, no, that was Carty.
Yeah.
Carty's in 103. King is in 91.
Well, I guess we'll get that later on. I guess Nicky done have his computer sorted out. So we got to close it here. And saying depends on what hopefully bring the finals of the Leyu Williams Jody Hazelwood.
Right. And maybe
Inter-Village, Leyu Inter-Village. If it is being played, we are waiting on a confirmation from Mr. Wade. So I want to thank you all for being here with us. And
today was a bad day for me. You know why?
What be the bad day for you, Patrick? You Fox said that you voted for Trump. So.
You know why. I'll talk about that on Sunday.
Fox said you vote for Trump, so what means a bad day?
It's a bad day for me. I'm not a Trumpster, man. Bad day for me. But that's okay. We'll deal with it on Sunday.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thought we were going to make it today, you know.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys. Thank Fitzbramble for calling in to support the ASF Beck's Gonsalves, and we continue to lift up Beck's family in prayer. And a man of culture and sports and entrepreneur and everything else. Yeah. God bless. All have a great night. Nikki, close us out. And thank you.
Good night.